As you guys know, I love investing in the stock market. I think that's my main source of investment is through the stock market, not through comics. And I would encourage everybody to do that, by the way. Not with a mom and pop. Go with somebody big, man, like Fidelity, Schwab, the big guys, Merrill Lynch, and check out some of their funds. I Every time I try to do something by myself, I always end up like losing. I'm only doing well in the stuff that's already established. I let a professional handle it, and it's gotten me through good markets and bad markets. The comic book market and every collectible market has been infiltrated. I've been saying this for the past, ever since I started this channel. They've been infiltrated by the traders in the stock market. They've found out that these are investments, and they come in here, and as the market goes, so will the comic book market go. The market is not doing the best right now. It's like it hasn't really been. I mean, yes, if you look at 8 years ago versus where it is today, yes, it's up. But if you're looking at stability, it has not been stable. Anyway, Warren Buffett has this great saying. He's got a bunch of great sayings, but one of them is price is what you pay, but value is what you get. And there is a ton of value out there just waiting for you to get it. Get it, man. But no, there's a lot of fear, and that what drives markets, any market, is fear and speculation. Spec will never die. Ever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever. $130 I paid for this in the Sands Group collectible auction. I thought it was more than a fair price for this. Nobody else bid on it. I went out and I just bid on it. Boom, and I got it. Now, Sands could do what I do, but obviously there's more cost in slabbing, and it's more of a turnaround. Fortunately for me, I do gamble too, but gambling on books like this is not so bad, man, because I think, I trust the way that he grades. I don't think he's the best grader, all right? I don't think, but out of all the sellers that are out there, even if you go to comic book shops, right? He's pretty good. He's pretty good. All right, let's start with this one. You're gonna see somewhere now. You can see, yeah, it's a newsstand, but for this age, I think this was 1980 that this came out. 1976. Holy crap! I thought it was 1980. Well, look at that. Well, that was the usual. Okay, so I think newsstands and directs were probably about the same. I think probably more newsstands than there were directs. All right, here you go. See that? We're seeing wear there. There's going to be wear on this corner right here. Right there. '76 though, still considered modern. Modern tier at least, which it should. I think that has to do more with how many exist, how many were printed. Look at that. That's got some wear right there too. Okay. I would still say this is high grade, like probably 8.0-ish, consistent with an 8.0 grade. If I were to send it out like this, maybe 7.5. Yeah, you know what? More 7.5. I'm gonna say more 7.5 than 8.0-ish, but not bad, not bad at all. Expectations from Kendra. On this particular one, if I can get an 8.5, that'd be great. Can I get an 8.5 on it? Can he get it into the 9s? It's not out of the question, but I don't think so because of the corners. So we're shooting for an 8.5. That's what we're shooting for. This one's a little bit better, okay? And you would think that this would be a little bit better anyway to expect, because it's definitely newer. Okay, this is the, as you know, first appearance of Apocalypse, X Factor number 6. Does have some wear, but I think the wear on this one is definitely pressable. See that? Definitely pressable. This is a book that actually went down quite a lot, but because of the spec, see that right there? Look, with you can't really see it when you. I didn't see that before. Can't really see it. It's not until now that I see it, but it's still not so bad, you know. Yeah, it's still not so bad. Some wear on the spine. Yeah, with all that's been happening for the X-Men in the series, it's got speculation back on Apocalypse. So I think this will be moved if it comes in the 9s. And this should definitely come back in the 9s. I would say, because of that right there, can I get a 9.4 on that? Not out of the question. Not out of the question for it to be a 9.4. Can that be a 9.6? I don't think it will be a 9.6. I don't think it will be. But at 9.4, I could see a 9.4. And then this one right here. This is probably my best book out of the lot. See? Still needs a little bit of love right there. A little bit. I think a pressing will definitely get stuff like that out. See that? Pressing can get that out. Doesn't break color. And the spine, not bad, man. Not bad at all. Can this have a shot? Let's look at the back. This is where you see most of the damages on these books, is in that back spine on this particular book, Predator number 1. Man, that is a clean freaking book. Oh, I don't know, man. I think I might have a shot. That could come out. Oh, man, look at that. Fingerprint. Shoot. That can't come out. That fingerprint can't come out. So we finally we found something right there. Damnation. That fingerprint, we'll see what CGC deducts from that. Everything else about the book, except for that corner, not that bad. A little bit discolored though. Everything else looks pretty freaking dope. Will definitely be in the 9s. There's no way this is not going to be in the 9s. No way. So overall, I'm not going to get rich over these 3 books, but I should. I should do well on them. I should do well on them. I think. These are looking pretty good. We'll see. We'll see when it come back from Kendra. I haven't done a breakdown in a little bit, but I like doing it because shows you guys how expensive this hobby really is, man. All right. Impressive Comics, to press the books, charged me $351 for 25 books. This is all based on 25 books, okay? CGC charges to grade them is $550. My shipping to Impressive Comics is $15. And if you add all of that up, comes out to $916. You divide that by 25 because it's 25 books, and it gives you a price per book of $36.64. This is just to get it pressed and to get them slabbed. Now, I'm going to multiply that by 3 because it's 3 books. So the total cost for me to press and grade these 3 books is $109.92, plus the price of the books. The cost of the books was $130. That comes out to $239.92. Now I'm going to divide that by 3, because now for me to break even, well, you know what? And that's not even true. But technically, if I were to have no fees, I'd have to sell each one of these books for $80, $79.98 to break even. However, I'm going to send them to my comic shop, so I'm going to have to sell them for $90 each for me to break even, because they're going to charge me 10% per book. Actually, it's actually more than 90, because it's like between $3 and $5 a book, depending on how many books I send to my comic shop to ship them out to them. So I mean, it gets pretty expensive. Pretty much, if I sell these books for $100, I'm barely making what, $7, and then is that really what you want, right? So the grades do matter. I mean, big time. Let's go to the grades. I always go back and watch the videos over again, and in retrospect, I'm going to tell you, man, I think I was really generous on this book. This is Nova #1. I said that current condition was probably around 7.5. I'm probably wrong, all right? I think current condition, when I sent it to Kendra, was probably around a 7.0, not a 7.5. But he actually did a pretty decent job, considering. I don't think this book really could go up that much. I was hoping to get an 8.5 on it. I have had books with stuff like that has come back as 8.5s before. I actually had one come back as a 9.0 once, but it didn't have all this wear on the spine. See that? Like certain stuff like that obviously is not going to come out with a press like that, for example. I mean, we saw that in the video, but that's actually, he made this look a lot better than what I sent him. He did a nice job, man. He does do a nice job. I like his work. That's why I keep using him. He doesn't even know that I do these videos, okay? But I ended up getting an 8.0 out of it. I would say a two grade bump. I know I said 7.5 in the video. That would make it a 1 grade bump. It's okay. I mean, I was hoping for an 8.5, but I think it just definitely, it's just too much to ask for with that and what it's got going on. I mean, I think 8.0 is definitely a fair grade. Even some people might even say that might just be a 7.5 anyway right now, but that's a pretty fair grade in my opinion for that book. Move on to the next one. This one I was expecting a little bit more. I will say, I was thinking that this could get a 9.4, and I think it would have. I've said this in the past, that you press your own books, you probably will get better results, because you can press, you could keep pressing them. See that right there? It didn't quite come out. He was able to pull most of that out. It actually doesn't look, you gotta actually really inspect it, man, to see the little ripples, just very tiny. Before, you didn't even, you could see them clearly now. So I think he might have pressed this a couple of times, but it just didn't come out. and I thought it would come out. That's why I thought it could be a 9.4. Came back as a 9.2. It's still not bad. You know, it's a multi-grade jump from where I thought it was. So not a bad book. It's still a pretty book, man. Can this book... Oh yeah, by the way, that corner, he made it look so much better, right? I mean, you can't get rid of that little tiny color break, but he did make that look a lot better. Can this be a 9.4 with another press? Possibly, maybe, but it's not going to be me that does it. This will be put out to get sold. And then the bigger surprise here is this one. Look, if it wasn't for the fingerprint, it came back at a 9.4. I actually thought this might come back at a 9.0 because I didn't know how they were going to grade that fingerprint. But Kendra did get that. Look at that and see. No, that's actually the book. That's actually the book. But watch the fingerprint. See? I mean, you could still see it, obviously, but I don't know what he does. He almost like blended it in somehow a little bit. You could still see it, obviously, and I got gigged for it. But this book is freaking beautiful, man. That fingerprint really took it down. I think this had a real good shot. Without that fingerprint, definitely had a really good shot at a great grade. But overall, I mean... overpaid, yeah. Yeah, it went out, and I thought it was, it's all about the grades. When you buy stuff online, look, you don't really know how, because you're not holding the book in your hand. You don't need to know the condition of the book. I take gambles, and I'm thinking, hey, maybe I can get a 9.0. Just getting a 9.0 on a book like this is huge. Getting maybe a 9.6 on this book or this book, it's definitely a lot better, right? This book can go for $150 in a 9.6. So yeah, there's certain things that you hope for, but you just never know, right? But overall, look, I took a shot, I took a gamble. Second in a row. Yeah, the gamble didn't really pay off. I think I can recover my cash out of these 3 books. I think I can. Maybe even make a little bit, maybe dip my beak a little bit into the waters here. Maybe if I wait for Nova to show up. It's been a long time since Feige has said that Nova was going to be in the Marvel Universe, MCU. It's been a long time. He still isn't there. I almost hope that he doesn't show up, because everything that Feige touches just turns to dust. Predator. I mean, I'm surprised that this book isn't a $200 book. I mean, everything's taken a dive, but still, this book is still a nice book, man, and it's got great history. I mean, I think this book will continue to grow as time goes. And of course, Apocalypse. Now, this is the direct. This is the more common version, but I mean, there's still books that people want, and these are still going to be books that are going to sell. But the gamble didn't pay off. I will have better books soon, but I'm trying to get through all the fodder first. All right? Later, my dudes.